Morning everyone, welcome to my desk. Today's story that I want to share with you is a little bit more on a personal note and less about my artwork. It's more about me and my husband, who is not on social media, and his name is Bill. Today is our 50th wedding anniversary. So it is kind of a big deal for us. And it's a big deal in the world to spend a lifetime with someone. And so I wanted to share this story with you. So at 18, I was in my first year of school at college, and he was going to the same college. And I was dating somebody else who I didn't have a car, so it was, 20 miles from my house, and somebody had to give me a ride back and forth. And so the person I was dating was giving me a ride, and then his friend showed up, Bill. Billy to me. And boy, was he cute. And so my friend, his classes changed. He was no longer going to be going at the same time as me. But Bill was. So I got his number, and I started calling Billy in the morning at like 8:30. And at 18, 8:30 was a very normal time for me to be up. It was not a normal time for him to be up. And asking him if I could have a ride to school. Sure. That wasn't until 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but I had to make sure that was set. So he started taking me to school. And after about, 2 weeks or something, he said, well, I think I'm going to go to Boston this weekend to get some new Fry boots and go to, I don't remember the concert name. And that was kind of all he said, so I don't know if that was a date conversation or what. So that night at dinner, it's me, my brother, and my parents, as always, and I have to go, Dad, I think I was asked on a date to Boston for the Saturday night, and can I go? But I'm not sure if I was invited. I goes, what? So and he said yes, but you have to be back by 11. Boston was about 45 minutes to an hour from our house, from where we lived. So he picked me up at whatever time. We did have dinner. We got the Fry boots. We went to the concert. I think we really had time to get in and turn around and come home. I was home at 11 o'clock. So that was that. And that was in late January. And in May, I thought it was quite the hot ticket. And so everybody, in 1970, everybody lived together. Everybody, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Not so much my house, you're still home at 11 o'clock. And so one day I'm being a big shot and said, oh, wouldn't it be nice if we lived together? And he goes, okay. A couple days later, he said, well, I'm going to find us a place down at the Cape for the summer. I went, oh my God, my father will kill you. And me as well. So that was on a Monday. By Friday, we got married. I said, we'd have to be married if I do that. So he said, oh, I hadn't thought about being married. And, but he didn't say no. And we had a small house, and my family had a small house, and it was one bathroom. So if you're taking a bath, somebody else was doing something else at the sink. The curtain was closed. There was nothing odd about it. It was a shared space. My brother's 3 years younger. Nobody knew except me and Bill. And so now my brother is getting ready. Actually, I forgot to mention, this was the first weekend of my life. My parents were leaving me alone. That they were going to, we had two houses. They were going to the other house in Rhode Island, and I was going to stay there by myself. So we had dinner. I was taking a bath. My brother was getting dressed or whatever he was doing to go to Rhode Island for the summer in an hour for the weekend. And I told him, guess what? I'm getting married in 1 hour. He said, oh my God, I thought he was going to rip the curtain open on me. He was so upset. He said, don't do it, don't do it. You're going to get in so much trouble. Believe me, I was in a lot of trouble. He left. I'm sure he had a horrible weekend. There was no cell phones or anything else, so my mother was calling the neighbor all weekend, who she didn't know where I was. They came home Sunday night, all the drama. 2 weeks later, we got married in a church. Not with a big wedding, but just a civil church wedding. So we have 2 marriage certificates. And here it is 50 years later. And it's been a great journey. And I hope your journey with your partner is as good as mine. Thanks for listening.